Are you thinking about buying a condo in Florida, but hearing it's just getting riskier and riskier? Today, we're going to talk about it. Yo, I'm Adrienne, longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're new here, new videos come out every Wednesday. You can subscribe to follow along. Today we are talking about condos. It is an interesting year for condos. We're going to look at the market to start out with, and then we're going to talk a little bit about some of the new risks out there, some of the things I'm hearing from condo buyers that they're worried about, how true those worries are. If you're thinking about buying a condo, this video is for you. We're also going to talk about some opportunities out there. Now, first I want to say two things. When I say condo, I actually mean multifamily condo, villa, townhome. I'm just going to use the blanket term condo, but that's all included in the statistics I'm going to give you. Second, you should know about me. I make these videos, of course. I would love for you to buy or sell property with me. That's what I'm doing here. However, just to be clear, I don't care if you buy a condo, a single family home, a vacant lot, new construction. I sell it all. I'm happy to sell it all. But what is frustrating me in the market, specifically the condo market right now, is I have people coming to me and saying, you know, we've always really wanted a Florida condo. We want a Florida condo. We want the ease of maintenance. We want the community. We like condo amenities. We just like the idea of having a Florida condo, but we're hearing all these things. And the more we hear, the more we think we should buy a single family house. Again, I'm happy to sell you a single family house. No problem. But what I don't like is the idea that you're going to buy something that you don't really want because of rumors or clickbait or just things blown out of proportion. I'm going to break those things down for you today, and then at the end, if you say, hey, after hearing what she said, single family houses for us, by all means. At the same time, the best decision you can make is an informed decision. Let's start by looking at the condo market currently. Usually February and March are the busiest months of the year. You can see they are the highest points every year in this graph. The condo market this year is fairly sluggish. We have 9.8 months of inventory, which is incredibly high. Another way of looking at this is over the last couple of years, we go from 50 condos a month sold to, when it's a slow month, to over 100. Lately, it's been about 50 to 80-ish per month closed sales. Currently, we have 796 condos on the market in Charlotte County. Even if nobody else puts their condo on the market, it will be a while before all of these get gobbled up. If months of inventory confuses you, think about that. 50 to 80 a month, 796 on the market currently. There is a lot of inventory out there. You can see that. That being said, if you're thinking about buying a condo, this could be a very good time for you. Let's look at median sales price. Prices have leveled off, and unlike the single family home market that we talked about last week, they even seem to be going down a bit. So what is holding condo buyers back? There are three things I hear about in the condo world, and I'm going to break them down for you and tell you what you really should be asking and what is a real concern. We have the Milestone SIRS report. We have HOA fees going way up, and then we have insurance liens and insurance issues, which we'll get to last. Let's start with the Milestone SIRS report. This is a new thing in the last couple of years. It comes out of the Surfside collapse. If you remember that condo complex that collapsed in Miami a few years ago. This is Florida's way of saying, we're not doing that again. It was horrible. Ultimately, I think it's a good thing. However, the change is, there are a lot of unknowns and people are very nervous about it. So I'll tell you, kind of update you on what I'm seeing. First of all, let me be clear. No condo under 25 years old has to get this done. It's with 25 years when it's close to the coast, 30 years when it's more inland. I'm hearing customers say to me, we have a lot of condos that were built in the mid 2000s and people are worried about the milestone report. Now, someday those will have to get milestone reports, but not now. I am not an engineer or an inspector or anything like that. However, I do think that when those condos come up, they will do even better because a lot of building codes changed in the early 2000s. They will need a milestone report someday. If a condo has to get it done, they have to get it done every 10 years. So even if they're done now, in 10 years, they'll get it again. That being said, I do expect those who pass it now or who do the corrections now in 10 years, I would think that those reports will just get better and better. After they get the milestone report, there's something called the Sears report. That is the structural integrity reserve study. It's basically making condo complexes have some money in their reserves to fix any issues. Surfside, that condo that fell, a lot of reports came out that people knew things were wrong with that complex, but nobody wanted to pay the money to fix them. This is what's happening. It is just going to make our condos stronger in my mind. It's just going to make them safer. It's a good thing. What you should know is a lot of complexes have got it done at this point. They're through it. They've passed it. Some do have to go through a phase 2, get more reports. There's more to be done. However, the bottom line is, if you're looking at a condo and you're saying, hey, this is 3 floors or higher, it's 30 years old, oh my gosh, it has to get this milestone report, it's going to be very expensive, there's going to be all this work to be done. Before you discount that condo, you can email me, you can ask me, I'll ask the management company. There's lots of ways to find this out. They're forthcoming about these milestone reports. And even the ones that need phase 2, if you really love it, sometimes you can get a deal on it, sometimes they're far enough in the process that they know what needs to be done and what's going to cost, and then you can make an informed decision. Again, don't discount things just because you're hearing rumors. There's a lot of progress being made in these reports. Number 2, let's talk about HOA fees. HOA fees have gone up exponentially in the last 2 years. There was a time when most condos in PGI, Punta Gorda Isles, were under $500, under $600, and now most of them are $700 to $800. This is, of course, causing people to say, now the HOA fees are ridiculous. Let me tell you something. In my entire career, I've heard this, and I've sat down with people, worked out the costs for owning a single family home, getting your lawn done, getting your pool done, managing that, kind of keeping some money, in case something goes wrong. And it works out very similar to HOA or condo fees, and that is true now. The condo fees have gone up because the cost of everything has gone up. Insurance has gone up. It has gone up in single family homes. You're just not seeing it as advertised. You're not seeing that lump sum you'll be paying. But as customers sit down with me and they start adding up the totals, they think, oh, well, I might as well just buy a condo. Again, I'm not telling you to buy a single family home or a condo. I'm telling you to buy what makes you happy, but know there are costs involved with both. If I could get you out of paying high insurance rates or get you away from inflation, if I could get me away from these things, I would. But there's no way around it if you're going to move to Florida. Probably most of the country is going through similar things. Number 3. Finally, let's talk about the real scary thing out there and also where there's some real opportunity. This is getting less and less. However, I'm hearing about it just as much. People are just as concerned. And that is liens on complexes, insurance companies not paying. There are complexes out there in our area where the insurance companies have not paid for the work done after Hurricane Ian, and then the contractors have put liens on these properties. This is a risky purchase. It is not for the faint of heart. However, I do see some good deals in this in some of these complexes. If the insurance companies never pay, let's be clear, the owners will pay. There are all kinds of different ways that the complexes are making the owners able to sell. Sometimes the complex is getting together and clearing the liens off certain properties, or title companies are writing exceptions. You would need cash to get this kind of exception on your title policy. I don't think there's a lender out there that will give it to you. There's one maybe I could work with, but mostly it's a cash deal. But no, if the insurance company never pays, even if they've paid off your portion of the lien, that money's coming from somewhere, likely the association or some sort of special assessment. It can be very risky. That being said, I'm seeing prices drop in these complexes because people are afraid. If you are a risk taker, this can be a good opportunity. I have also seen several complexes that had these liens. The insurance company finally comes through, they pay, and then the lien gets lifted. It can be a good deal. You just need to know what you're getting into and be willing to take that risk, because there is, I cannot stress enough, risk involved. That leads me to my final tip for you today. If any of these things concern you, I will tell you something personally. When I started selling real estate, and to this day, it is kind of my nature with customers to say, I'll call the management company, I'll find all this out. And that is still very much true, especially when you're in the beginning stages. But when you get to the point where you are putting a contract on a condo or you're in your inspection period, I do believe it is worthwhile for the customer to call whoever's managing that complex, whether it's a management company, whether they're self-managed, there's a president of the board, and talk to them personally. How are they feeling about how their HOA fees are being paid? How are they feeling about, especially if there's a lien on it, how's the Milestone report going? How did that come back? When you get that close to buying one condo, you want to talk to the person directly and ask the questions directly. You can get a feel for what's going on. When I do it, it's a little bit of playing operator. And again, I'm happy to do it, but this is just what I have found works best for people, is when you get that close, you get the direct, straight answer. It also helps you in the long term. You build a relationship with those people. When you have problems later in your condo or you have questions later, you know who to call. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please give me a call. If you're looking to buy a condo, single family home, or vacant lot, I'm happy to help. You can reach me. All my information is in the description below. Thanks for watching.